Hey there, this is me, Malorian, and this is going to be a little bit more of a rant as opposed to something for you to learn about. Again, the majority of my videos, I want to be very positive. I want to make sure I'm being very informative and teaching, and just, if a new player was to come to this is a type of thing where I want them to be using this as a tool to enjoy the game and learn the game. This video is going to be a little bit different because it's really just going to be about something that Privateer Press is doing that's pissing me off, and I need to get off my shoulders, because even if there's no chance that somebody in Privateer Press might watch this, I think this is an idea that we need to talk about and share, because I'm seeing more and more about here at Privateer Press, and maybe I'm naive, but I'm just not seeing this somewhere else. So let's just kind of jump into it. And what this is the whole idea where Privateer Press is selling you models, which, okay, that makes sense, but only if you buy something else first. Now, what this really comes down to, at the very base level, is that Privateer Press wants to sell you models. That's their company. This is what they want to do. They want you to play this game, and they're going to make money by you playing this game and buying the models to play this game. So this is normal finances. This is easy. This is how economics work. But then there's, of course, the things that they do to make that happen. Now, one of the things that people do is they'll do things like pre-releases. So at a big event, there'll be these early release models. If you want them, you have to go get them there. So sometimes they'll be doing it where they're running that convention. So they want you to go there so that then you'll buy these models. But it's a lot more common for them to go and sell these pre-release models at a higher price, and then hey, if you want the ability and the right to play these models early, then you have to pay this extra price. I don't have a problem with that. That's no issue with that whatsoever. Something that started happening more and more along those lines, though, started to push around this idea where they wanted you to buy something else before you bought those models. And I think it really was around these pre-release packages where they started doing things like what I first noticed, which was the Haley 3 box I bought. When I saw this model, I thought it was amazing. I never really got into the pre-release things before. I was always like, I can wait for it. It's no big deal. But this Haley 3 model just seemed amazing, and as far as the way that it would interact and play, it seemed very powerful, and I really wanted to get that model. So I was like, okay, Convention Ninja, make it happen. And so I knew it came in like this box with like this whole package of things, and I didn't really care at the time. I was like, here's money, go make sure I get this model. And I did, and inside it there was like a book, and there was a pin, and I can't remember what else, probably like stickers or something, I don't know. But I was really starting to think at the end, like, man, I paid a good amount of money for this model, and there wasn't a lot here that I actually very wanted other than just this model. I mean, I actually never did read the book. I actually just donated it as prize support. The pin I just gave away to somebody else. Again, I can't remember if there's anything else in that box, but I don't think I used it either. But again, I was really just in there just for that model, but because it came in this larger package, I had to buy it. And again, that's something you've seen in other places too. When I used to go and do the Games Workshop stuff, what they used to do is they'd have a large army box, and then they'd have a unique model that would come just with that army box. And so that was a smart thing, where even if you were a veteran player who had played a certain faction, if this army box came out, you might still buy it because you want that individual interesting model. And you see that with lots of other things too, from Wizards of the Coast with their Magic the Gathering, with like buy a box promo on top, and a lot of things. The idea that you buy this big thing and then you get this special thing, that's common, and that's again nothing that I'm against. However, this kind of keeps on going, and so another example is when they come out with the other one that's going to be having the Rias and Saren, and then the Chromac 2, and it's like the only way you can buy them is together, and then you have like this terrain and stuff, and it's like, okay, I guess I'm going to have to find somebody that plays the other faction, and I'm never really going to use this terrain, so it's probably going to go in the garbage, but whatever, it's a cool model, let's make this happen. And again, now I think that was still them like testing the waters of how this worked. And then it kind of keeps on going from there. So like another one that came up is when they came up there with the Elesh. And so you had it there where if you wanted it, you had to get the magazine. So buy the magazine and then you'll get the model. The regular model will come later, but you got to buy this magazine first. And it was kind of forcing that in. And then they had the Minion Junior, where it's like, oh, you can buy this, but only if you get all the pins. So again, it's kind of like, I don't care about these pins. I don't care about whatsoever. I want to get this one model, but the only way I can do it, unless I want to wait till the later release, is to get all these pins. Fine, whatever. You know, if I really want this, I'll just make this happen. And then one of the ones that's even happening now, the one that kind of like just was like that last straw in my back that kind of just really irked me, is now this Kickstarter one, where it's like a Kickstarter thing for getting all the art, and this big art book of all the Privateer Press stuff. Again, sure, why not? You know, Privateer Press has some amazing art. They should sell it. I mean, a lot of times I just find stuff that's there on Google and I use it for thumbnails and, you know, Facebook pages and stuff like that because it's out there. They should be getting money for this book. Totally agree. But if you go and you pay a little bit extra after getting this Kickstarter art book, you can get this very cool Convergence model ninja. No other way to get it yet. It could come up later, but this is the only way you can get it if you do this. And it's just, come on, like again, over and over and over again, I have to buy things that I don't want in order to get the things I do want. And I'm going to get this in the comments, and I totally agree that, hey, look, Malorian, this is how business works. They want to sell things, and so this is the way they're going to try and pull you in, but it's just... it's just not the way that it's normally done. I mean, to me, the way that these things are normally done is, I think, more of cars. If somebody wants to entice you to come and buy a car from them, they're like, come buy this car and you'll get this trip to Mexico. Come buy this car and you get $1,000 back in your pocket. Come buy this car and we'll give you an Xbox or a TV or this and this and this. Where it's like, buy this big thing from us and we'll also give you this small thing as a gift. Whereas this is kind of the exact opposite, which is like, buy this small thing, then you get the model you actually want. And it's just... why? Again, another example I was thinking about when I was trying to think about how this is actually working now is come buy this crab juice and then you can have the burger. But I just want the burger. That's too bad. You have to buy the crab juice first. Then you can get the burger. Actually, no, I'm sorry. If you wait a year, you can buy a burger then. Oh, I'm hungry now. You know, like, that's kind of how this thing's working. And again, maybe, I'm not seeing it. Maybe there's a lot of other companies that are doing exactly the same thing. But to me, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing more of the traditional ways of where they want to try and entice you to buy some things. But it's really almost seemed like a Privateer Press special right now, where they're forcing you to buy those smaller pins and things so you can actually go and get the models you actually want. So I just had to kind of get it off my chest, something that was just really bothering me. It's again, something where as a gamer, it's something I have to accept. It's part of the price of what I do with this hobby. But it's definitely something that is reducing my enjoyment whenever I see it. Like, even when I don't play Convergence, I don't play Minions, I'm never going to buy those things, but the fact that I have to do this, if I were to, that just bugs me. And it's silly, it's dumb. The Haley 3 one is probably the only one that actually affected me. Okay, the Elesh one too, but again, it just keeps on being to be like a thing that Privateer Press is doing now, and just seems to be their thing. And I would just love it if we could just kind of chat about this for a second and be like, am I crazy? Is Malorian just kind of like ranting because he's old, or is everybody kind of seeing this thing too? And then maybe if enough of us agree, or maybe if, you know, so for some reason this gets to somebody in Privateer Press, they can be like, okay, yeah, maybe this is not the right thing to do. Maybe this is something that's going to kind of more like piss off the gamers. And again, if I would have seen this something from like Games Workshop where they have like shareholders that they have to keep happy and whatever makes money, that's what they're going to do. But from Privateer Press, I usually see them as like, I know they're not like the friendly like family home shop type thing, but I get that feel from them. They're just a bunch of guys loving this and girls, sorry, loving this game and wanting to share it with everybody else. And I kind of feel like they would be more enticed to be doing the right thing. So there you have it. Please down in the comments tell me if I'm just ranting and old and crazy or if you agree. And otherwise, we'll catch you later. Bye.